Hi everyone, this is Leslie coming to you live from Mission Viejo on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. It is Wednesday, August 29th, almost the end of August, nearly September. I can't even believe it. And today we are going to be talking about the Orange County housing market, and I will be giving you a full update. So while we wait for others to join us, I always like to remind you to please either send me a little quick message, write a comment or something so that I know that you're there. Sometimes it doesn't show up if you're there. And of course, always thumbs up, hearts, and wows are always greatly appreciated because that way I know that you are either agreeing with me, or if you feel like, well, they don't actually have a thumbs down, but you could maybe make an angry or a sad face if something I say you don't like so much, but hopefully that won't be the case. So again, as we wait for people to join on, always want to remind you that here on our Facebook page, we do have the option of a lot of different resources for you, including emails that you can subscribe to. One of them is actually this housing report. I'm going to give you a summary today of that housing report, but you can get the full in-depth housing report by simply going to our Facebook page, and if you look left, you'll see an option for different emails that you can subscribe to, one of those being the housing report, and then you will get that in your email box inbox once a month. So there's that option of subscribing to that information. There is also the option of subscribing to our monthly newsletter, which just gives you information that we discuss throughout the month, as well as anything that's going on in the housing market or anything that's going on with the Swan Team. Hi Mike, thanks so much for joining us today. And then we also have that you can subscribe to the blog posts, which are weekly, and the blog posts can be found on the blog, which is on our website, www.theswanteamoc.com. If you simply go up to the top right corner, you will see the word blog. You click on that, and that will have a list of all of our different blog posts. But like I said, on our Facebook page, you can subscribe to getting those the blog posts once a week, and then that way you can also know what I will be discussing during our Wednesday Love Where You Live, Give Where You Love episode like today. Hi Mike, thanks for joining as well. So again, you can find out all the information about what we're going to discuss today on the blog. One other resource that you can access from our Facebook page is the option to get a copy of our seller's guidebook and our buyer's guidebook. So again, if you go to our Facebook page, just facebook.com/theswanteamoc, you can look left and see all these different options of things to subscribe to. And again, you can subscribe to the Orange County Housing Report, the monthly newsletter, the weekly blog, and the seller and buyer guidebooks. So feel free to sign up for any and all of those, and we can definitely share the information with you. Of course, if you ever have any questions that are more specific, or you'd just like to talk to us live line, we always welcome calls or texts or emails. You can call at 949-444-1601 or send us an email at info@theswanteamoc.com. As we go along through our talk today, if you have any questions, of course, feel free. Any comments as well, always welcome. Again, I will be summarizing the Orange County Housing Report, and you can find all the in-depth information on our website on the blog, this week's blog post, which again is the Orange County Housing Market Update. So why don't we jump right into it? And the market is similar to what it was at the beginning of August and end of July. It is now becoming more of what's called a balanced market. Hi, Jenny. Thanks for joining. And what a balanced market means is that it's not necessarily a seller's or a buyer's market anymore. It is more of what's considered a normal market. one of the problems is that we aren't familiar with it at all because for so many years it's been a seller's market. So it can become challenging, certainly, because sellers are used to pricing their property at what they want to price it at. And because inventory is so low, they're able to get the price that they're asking for. Unfortunately, 37% of the active inventory right now has actually been on the market for at least 2 months in Orange County. So again, we are seeing an increase in inventory and a decrease in demand. And it's very typical in this autumn time frame, especially from end of August to beginning of October, because it's that back to school time. I would say even, mid August, because let's face it, so many people are wrapped up in getting back to school, wanting to be stable. They're coming back from vacations or getting in their last minute vacations. And the last thing they want to do is think about buying or selling a home. So, and everyone kind of wants to hunker down and ideally be where they're going to be. So again, and it's traditional that we see a slowing at this point in the year. So again, that compounded with the fact that we saw even from the winter and spring where we still had very relatively low inventory, all of a sudden start increasing more than we actually expected, and demand decreasing. So again, having said that, what's going to be key for sellers is pricing their house correctly, hiring a real estate professional like the Swan Team to evaluate the property and make a fair market value assessment of the home so that you know exactly what to price your house at so that it can sell, because ultimately overpriced homes are just sitting. And some people might say, oh, well, I'm just waiting for that one right buyer. And yeah, maybe that one right buyer might be out there, but then again, they may not be. And the longer your house sits on the market, the more potential buyers think, I wonder what's wrong with that property. Why hasn't it sold yet? That just seems weird. It's not very often that an awesome house sits on the market for a really long time, unless, of course, it is added to the market at this time of year, which isn't an ideal time. Like I said before, again, houses are going to sit a little bit. So, I mean, if you absolutely have to sell right now, you have to sell and you put your house on the market, and just be prepared that you may have to wait a little bit, or you might have to price more aggressively and more competitively. So that's just something that sellers need to be aware of. And that doesn't necessarily mean that buyers get to dictate everything, because we're still running into issues where properties that are priced at fair market value, there's still bidding wars going on or multiple offers on properties, because desirable properties are still desired. But again, it's all about understanding fair market value and being realistic, and understanding that it isn't all in the favor of the sellers anymore, and it's not in the favor of the buyers as well. So again, there has to be this kind of meeting in the middle and this negotiation. So that is just something to keep in mind, and of course always to keep in mind real estate fundamentals like location and the condition of the home and the upgrades that you've done. And always something that I like to remind sellers too is that while I understand that you upgraded your home maybe 15 years ago, unfortunately those upgrades aren't as contemporary as if you upgraded it 2 to 3 years ago. So again, someone coming in to see your property while you've kept it in tip-top condition, those things are a bit outdated. So that's just something to keep in mind when putting your house on the market. Hi, Jen. Thanks so much for joining today. Again, there is actually sorry, looking at notes. Looking at notes is always good. The percentage of homes sitting on the market will actually, it has been growing in every market. So it's not just the luxury market, the homes that are priced over 1.25 million. It's, even condos priced under 500,000. All different types of homes have seen where demand is going down. And like I had mentioned before, demand typically drops from August, the end of August, to October, the beginning of October, by about 11%. So again, if you have your house on the market right now and you see that slowing, know that it isn't necessarily your property. It is most likely just the time of the year and the market and how it fluctuates. So, hi, Alexis. Thanks for joining. So again, just some quick takeaways. Buyers, just because now we're at a balanced market, that doesn't mean, oh my gosh, I'm going to get a steal. It isn't, what would it be, 2011 when, or 2010, 2011, when you might be able to, find a short sale or foreclosure at a super low price. Those probably still aren't going to be there, but what you want to do is consult with your real estate professional, ideally the Swan Team, and find out what the fair market value is for that property so that then you can make the appropriate offer for the home and then go from there. One little quick tip I always like to give buyers too is ideally, when you start searching for homes, and if you see homes that you like, don't necessarily get married to one. Instead, if there are a few that you like, make the offers on those properties and wait until you finally get what has been the negotiated sales price, and then determine which house you like best, because obviously price plays a big factor into how much you like a house, and you don't want to necessarily get caught up in the emotion of it. While obviously buying a home and owning a home and living in a home can be very emotional, you want to have all the information in front of you. So instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, instead, if there are a few options, then have a few baskets to place your different options, and then you can make an educated decision from there. I find that it really helps buyers feel like they are in control of their situation, and it keeps more of a level head about the whole transaction. So that's just a little tidbit as well. And then, of course, for sellers right now, the key is to price your house accordingly. And if you're not going to price your house accordingly, then take it off the market. At this point, at this time of year, there's no point in wasting days on market. Just take your house off the market and call me, and then we'll create a new marketing plan for either the very end of the year, which sometimes December, surprisingly enough, actually becomes a really hot time. I don't know if it's because people who thought that they were going to buy a home, they decided, oh, this is the year I'm going to buy a home, and they realize in December I've got to get this done. But I have had many instances where things just fly off the shelves in December, and then of course things always ramp up in January as well. So again, sellers, if you're not going to price accordingly, then the best thing to do is to take your property off the market. So I'm going to scroll through and see if there are any other questions. Hi, Mike. Thanks so much for joining. That is it for kind of just a summary and a wrap up of the Orange County housing market right now. Again, you can go to the blog by going to www.theswanteamoc.com and looking up at the top right corner, you'll see blog. Click on that, and the most recent blog will appear, which is the Orange County housing market. The Orange County housing report, and you can scroll down and read all of that. And of course, then on the right of the blog page is also all of our previous posts that you can certainly check out as well. Again, if you have any questions, you can contact us directly at 949-444-1601. And if not, you can always also email us at info@theswanteamoc.com. And of course, as I always like to remind everyone about our motto, love where you live, give where you love, we will donate $500 to the school of your choice for every property we help you sell and buy. So again, it's a great opportunity to work with us and to help your community grow in a positive way and the schools grow. Again, thank you to so many of you who have sent your friends and family to us to work with. We have greatly appreciated your referrals, and please keep them coming. Also wanted to let you know that next week there will not be an episode of Love Where You Live, Give Where You Love, because I will be on vacation. Yay! So I will instead see you in 2 weeks for an all new episode of Love Where You Live, Give Where You Love. So that is all for today. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the week and take care. And again, contact us if you have any comments or questions or want to discuss your real estate goals. Take care, everyone. Bye.